Good day to you, partner. I'm keen, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp.
Hey guys, Wheat Solo here, aka the Backseat Gamer. Well, this might be the last time I backseat gamer on anybody else's clear video. In fact, I don't even think I backseat gamed that much this season. I feel like I did a lot of videos where I'm playing in it, but maybe I'm just biased. And apparently it's not good enough for Necro-discussion. There's this one guy in there, tough guy, mean guy. Nice to me though. He came up to me one day, tear coming down his eye, and he said, we Solo, it's not easy being a weird, deformed green melon that eats his own people. And I said, that's too bad to hear that. What else can you say? The liberals don't want to hear it, though. The liberals don't want to hear it. They try to push this vegan thing upon us, but then the vegans eat their own people, and then they're carnivores. I mean cannibals. Carnivore cannibals. It's terrible. It's a terrible world we live in. So what is this video? Besides my little rant to start the video. Hopefully everybody who doesn't like my content has already left, and now all of us can enjoy Topwug's ridiculous Poison Nova 430 200 plus density ROB. Do I think he could go faster? Let's talk about map mods first. Splash damage on the monsters is actually really annoying. I hate it these days. I think it's one of the worst mods as any summoner who has minions to help tank some damage. How to get around it? It's how we get around everything these days as a necromancer. We run bone armor, cyclone armor if you're a psychopath like me, energy, and of course high defense. His defense is ludicrously high because he has an ethereal cage of the Unsullied, pretty solid gear, and then a nice juiced up Act 3 Merc that's going to be a Prayer, Doom, Exile Merc. I think Exile is clearly the best choice as he has the ethereal cage of the Unsullied. I think I would be interested in seeing maybe a Cleansing Merc with the Prayer. The Prayer Merc with Plague for cleansing instead of Doom. But he does have 50 PLR. He does get decrept a lot in this map. I think I would like to try to convince him to switch off of Doom since his defense is so high. Do one more video with the Plague for cleansing. Then he won't be stuck with the Decrepify. And then try and get a sub 4. I think he can get a sub 4. This map has one good mod, and that is Monster Velocity. I think that only helps him do the map quicker. There are a little bit of issues with Monster Velocity if basically you can die, but I don't think he can die. If you're wondering about some of the times where he doesn't play quite as fast as possible, that is because he is facing a minion, which is a champ, or a certain elite that is a corpulent or a flesh crawler. He even casted Desecrate a couple of screens ago. You can go and check that out. I don't know if that was necessary because he already double casted a Poison Nova, but I'm going to assume either it was necessary or he would have had to cast a third Poison Nova regardless, or maybe he was worried he didn't actually hit it both times with his Poison Nova. As you can see, the damage is noticeably lower even when it comes to high density Doom Knights, just because you kind of just need, every projectile is worth so much these days with the increasing nerfs that Poison Nova gets every single fucking season. So even though I've always considered Poison Nova to be a projectile with a small hurt box and a large hitbox, basically it's what you would call in a fighting game has good priority. The more they nerf it, the more you notice that those projectiles maybe could be buffed even a little bit more. All those double cast or desecrates or even triple casts have mostly been fairly necessary. He probably could have skipped a few, and that is why I think with cleansing or cursed length reduction, I think he could still get a sub 4. He might have to skip the bosses for that. But for anybody who actually plays this game, you would know that killing the bosses is arguably a waste of time anyways. So it's kind of just on you whether you think that would count or not. I think it would. Only some builds should really kill bosses if you're going for optimal farming. And optimal farming is what we should be testing, right? I don't know. I don't even know what we should be testing anymore. What do I know? I'm just Wheat Solo, the backseat gamer. So besides that, there is an attack rating buff, and that is a big deal. By the way, a minus player defense is actually not a bad mod. Why? It's minus your base defense, so 10% of your base defense, and then that minus 10% of base defense is applied to your total defense after ED or auras. So it actually doesn't really reduce it by too much. It's still not good, but it's definitely not bad, as opposed to like the attack rating increase on monsters, which gets out of hand pretty quickly. Now, his gear here is absolutely insane. It's not even like the Cage of the Unsullied makes this insane. Like, that is insane, but the circlet is fucking good. The wand is fucking good. Like, the amulet might be the worst thing, and even then, like, you can't understate how good this is because it's a 3-skill amulet that has enough FCR to hit 125, ridiculous res, which is not easy to get enough res, okay? Like, the only way you can get enough res on this build is because of his stupid fucking shield and his stupid fucking amulet. They really are ridiculously good, I promise you that. It even has 50 PLR, and poison is really, really annoying for low health necro builds these days that rely themselves upon bone armor survivability. This is the information, you guys, about how many Zods he's used and how much durability he loses in his 6 poison fasted ethereal cage to the Unsullied. Is it worth it? Maybe not, but does it really matter? No, it costs him so little, he farms more than that just by doing the maps. Well more than 1 Zod in all those maps worth of gear. Now again, I would like to see him go Plague, but it's hard to argue against Doom. That armor is actually super, super cool. Topwig's idea for his merc is cast speed is nice, but he goes for survivability first. That chest piece is kind of like a little combo where he gets SCR and a lot of survivability, and that is pretty sick. A nice little 2 max all res string belt, and some CDR. Well, Skelly King out, guys. GG.
Come and play with us. Come and play with us, Daddy.